How long have you been on self-improvement for? Have you ever felt behind on your journey, thinking that you're not doing enough or that you're not progressing enough? Well, at least that's what I used to think. And let me tell you why I think that this was actually a good thing. I always thought that I was behind in life, that I wasn't really progressing as fast as I wanted to, and that I had to catch up a lot since I've wasted more than 8 years of my life doing nothing but playing video games. So I currently have two friends who are also on self-improvement, and while talking to them about, what they've been doing during the time they're on self-improvement, I actually noticed that I may have been progressing way faster than I originally thought. My friends, of course, also tried to improve, but they were a little slower. It seemed like they had other priorities. For me, self-improvement was always my number one priority, but for them it seemed like it was the second or even third priority. And that's why after a year, I slowly noticed the gap that was starting to form between us. They did not feel any urgency to improve. It felt like they thought it's okay to not improve as much as long as they at least improve a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, it is definitely a better mindset to have than a person who is not on self-improvement at all. But it is the same as with going to the gym or playing video games. Have you ever heard of the term noob gains in a gym? Or do you know, like when playing video games in the beginning of a new game, you start to improve really fast, you start to level up really fast, and then later on in the game it gets really hard. As you do in the gym, you increase the amount you do after some time, and usually that amount increases by a lot in the beginning of doing something new. Then why should you put a limit on how fast you progress? Why should you put any limit onto yourself when that's the only thing that's holding you back? I guess it is because of other priorities, because you're splitting your attention. I of course also did that in the beginning, but you really have to try to focus on a few essential aspects. For example, my friends also wanted to be rich, just like I do. But the difference being is that they try to hustle in school as much as they can, and then when they have like 2 or 3 hours left of the day before going to sleep, then they will do something else for making money, I don't know. But while I just focus on making money and not hustle in school, but what I do is pay attention in school so that I have to learn less in school. I really try to understand everything during the lesson, and that's why I have more free time to spend on actually trying to make money online. Of course, you can be well off if you completely try hard in school, but I don't think it is a good idea to split your attention. And I also don't really think you can get rich through working in a normal job, but that's another topic. Also, the difference in how big the goal is that you're setting for yourself, as well as believing in your ability to achieve that goal, if and only if you truly work hard, is another thing that leads to insanely fast growth. It is like putting a limit on yourself. For example, let's say you want to make 10k a month online in 4 or 5 years. If you truly work hard for it and every day you do a lot of things to get closer to your goal, then you will naturally achieve it. But if you have another person, let's say your friend, also has the same goal, but the difference being is he wants to do it in 7 or 8 years and not in 4 or 5 years. So he gives himself 3 more years time than you do, because he just wants to focus on other things. So instead of focusing on a single thing and truly working hard for it, he decides to split his attention, which leads to slower growth. You have to imagine it like this. Let's say you can walk 10 meters each day, and there are 10 different directions to walk to, each representing one of your interests. You can either focus on 1 or 2 things and progress 5 to 10 meters each day, or you can split your attention like your friend does to go 1 meter on each path each day, instead of completely focusing on one thing, making really good progress, and then focusing on another thing once he has mastered this current one. So what I'm trying to say is that you will have way faster progress if you just focus on 1 to 3 things, let's say, instead of focusing on 10 different things. But it is not all to just want it. You also have to have the right mindset. And if you want to know what kind of mindset you need to have if you want to be a winner amongst winners, then I'll see you in my next video.